Today we will discuss the issue of whether or not to live together before marriage. Living together before marriage is when two people in love decide to live together as husband and wife, but have not registered their marriage. This means they will live together, share daily life, but have no legal obligations. Why do couples choose to live together? Living together helps both parties understand each other's personalities, habits, and lifestyles better before deciding to get married. Living together is a trial period for both parties to get used to living together, learn to share, and compromise. Some couples want to experience the feeling of living together as husband and wife before deciding to officially get married. Things to clarify before living together. Agree on a plan from the beginning about financial contributions, housework, and respect for each other's privacy. Talk frankly and clearly about the purpose of living together, the expectations and limits of the relationship. Always put your own safety first, especially issues related to health and finances. Be prepared to face difficulties. Living together is not always rosy. Both need to be mentally prepared to face differences and conflicts. Living together does not mean you are forced to get married. If you feel it is not suitable, both should speak frankly from the beginning. To decide whether to live together or not, you should consider the following factors. Family's opinion. Your family's opinion can influence your decision. Are you mature enough to face the difficulties that may arise during living together? Relationship goals. What do you want from this relationship? Financial preparation. Are you able to be independent and share living expenses together? Both should have an open conversation about each other's desires and expectations. Read more articles. Share experiences of people who have lived together. Consult with relatives and friends. Ask for advice from people you trust. Most importantly, listen to your heart and make the decision that you feel most comfortable with. Besides, you need to learn how to behave. Both need to learn how to adjust and respect each other's feelings. It is also necessary to determine that when living together, it means that you are in a different stage of love, and you cannot demand care and attention like in the early stages. In the early stages, both are greatly influenced by happy hormones such as oxytocin and dopamine, so love is more passionate and intense. In conflicts, you need to learn to respect, listen, and negotiate instead of criticizing and judging the other person. Even if you live together, you should give each other personal space. For example, if your boyfriend is messy, you can ask him to clean up the common area, but in a place reserved for him, let him be messy the way he wants. At the same time, you need to nurture the relationship. As mentioned, living together means entering a new stage in love, so it will not be as passionate as the first stage. However, that does not mean you neglect the other person's feelings. To keep the fire burning, both need to spend romantic time with each other, care for each other, and organize activities together to bond the two. Women like sweet love, while living with men will often be rude, no longer gentle, making them disappointed. Remember that romantic gestures and gentle words must always be maintained in the relationship, regardless of the stage of love. Risks of living together before marriage. Social concepts about living together still have many differences, which can cause psychological pressure for both. Daily life can take away the romance in the relationship. Without a safe protection plan, unwanted pregnancy is a big risk. When living together, breaking up will be more complicated and cause more damage. Studying declines. You have to spend more time loving and caring for each other. The mood of happiness and sadness also affects your studies. When living together, if you do not spend more time with each other than before, you'll feel that your feelings have faded, so you will neglect your studies to care for and go out with your lover. The result of living together will make love fade over time because both sides understand each other too well, so they gradually lose their attraction in each other's eyes. Living together is not as durable as married life. Married life is a life that has been witnessed and bound by the law and both families, while living together is a life where only the two of you accept to live together without any constraints. Therefore, living together cannot be as durable as married life. When married, at first the husband/wife will often be very frustrated or annoyed with some of the other half's bad habits, but gradually they will get used to it and learn to accept each other to make life happier. But living together is completely the opposite. At first, both love each other's bad sides, but after a while living together, couples feel suffocated when having to live with a faulty version. For example, she discovered that her lover had to pry open her mouth to say a word, but when he said it, it was all conservative and preachy words. And it was hard to bear the scene of a lover who had not yet married, but had shown his patriarchal nature. So, what would happen when they got married? Love, when living together, does not have generosity and tolerance, but is an accumulation of each other's bad points, to a point where it is unbearable. It will be ready to explode like a time bomb. Living together loses freedom, innocence, and purity. Living together often makes you stressed. When you are the passive person in a shared life, you will always feel anxious, worried, or jealous when your lover chats intimately with a friend of the opposite sex. These worries and anxieties will gradually make you lose your inherent confidence and instead have a bored face. Those things will gradually accumulate to create stress. And more importantly, when two people are close to each other a lot, it can lead to unwanted pregnancy, or you have to use a lot of birth control pills, both of which are not good for having children in the future. So you should not trade a little physical desire to lose the good life that is waiting for you ahead. Living together is always a disadvantage for girls. If you have not lived together, you only have to take care of yourself. Now you have to take care of another person. You will have to spend more time and effort. Meanwhile, your boyfriend is comfortable and does not have to worry about eating anymore. You gradually lose close friends because you no longer have time to meet them like usual. And during that time, you have to entertain your lover's friends. When you have not lived together, you confidently assert yourself. Your attractiveness in the eyes of your other half increases. But when living together, you worry that your lover will get bored with you and leave you to find something new, so you will live dependently on him. So you meet all the requirements of your lover. It is your ease and lack of resistance that has gradually lost your lover. He sees you as a mistletoe that is no longer attractive, so turning away is inevitable. If you are in the above situation, do not think that you cannot marry anyone else and try to persevere. That will only make your beautiful image disappear. Get over yourself to start over. It is not too late, as long as you are always full of determination. In many cases, women are the ones who have to bear more financial burdens in their life together. If the relationship breaks down, women may fall into economic difficulties. Pressure to get married. After a period of living together, many couples feel the need to get married to legalize the relationship. However, this decision does not always come from the will of both, especially for women. Psychological disadvantages. When a relationship ends, women often suffer more psychological damage. They may feel lost, lonely, self-conscious, and have difficulty starting a new relationship. However, it should be noted that not all cohabitation relationships lead to negative consequences. Many couples have successfully cohabited and have a happy life. However, to minimize risks, women should learn about the other person carefully. Before deciding to live together, take the time to learn about the other person, their views on life, moral values, and future plans. Have a plan to protect yourself. Always use safe contraception to prevent unwanted pregnancies. Parents often find it difficult to accept their children living together. If the two people are serious about the relationship, are mature, financially independent, and ready for a couple's life, parents usually do not interfere. However, most young people with little life experience, especially students who love each other and choose to live together, will make it difficult for their parents to accept. Need to sit down and talk to parents, share their views, and show seriousness in the relationship. Risk of intimate videos being leaked. Many young people live freely. When the relationship is going well, they often record private clips as souvenirs. But disagreements occur leading to breakups. Those things that are memories can become a means for the other person to threaten and manipulate you. Is cohabitation the right choice for everyone? Whether or not to cohabitate is a personal decision and a complex issue. There is no right answer for everyone. Each couple has different circumstances and perspectives. The important thing is to carefully consider the pros and cons and prepare mentally to face possible risks.